This is how I pre-make sourdough dough to put in the freezer to use during the week. I have been feeding my sourdough all week until the jar gets full. I don't pull any discard out. Once it gets full, I make a large batch. It's enough for 3 loaves or pizza crust and a loaf, whatever I may need it for. So I just multiply the recipe I use times 3. And this process works best for me because I can stick it right in the freezer and pull it out the morning I need it. And it turns out perfectly every time. I've added all of the ingredients. And I'm going to mix it by hand until it comes together as a dough. It's sticky, messy, but that's part of the fun. The sourdough recipe is very easy. I'll put the link in the description. Once the dough comes together, I cover the bowl with some saran wrap and let it rest so that the wheat flour can absorb the water. And it will rest for 30 minutes. After that, I roll the saran wrap backwards and start my quarter stretches where you turn the bowl a quarter of the way and just pull the sides up. Wetting your hands just a little bit helps it not stick to your hands. The first time you do it, it is a little bit harder because the dough is not very elastic, but just kind of shake it. Cover it back up. After 30 minutes, repeat the process. It gets easier to stretch and fold here. You can shake it a little bit to help it. Cover it back up, and then I just let it sit all night in my oven, and you can see it's nice and bubbly and it's risen. I'm going to separate it from the bowl and lightly flour the cutting board, dump it out, and I will divide it into 3 different sections and stretch the section out into a rectangle and fold the short sides in, roll it, flip it, roll it again, and then pull it together like a ball, just pulling it on the cutting board till it makes a smooth ball. Put it in a gallon Ziploc bag to go in the freezer. Then just repeat the process, and the day that I want to use it, I pull it out in the morning and I let it thaw, and I will put it into just a bowl until it thaws. And then I will do a shaping on it and put it in the my little basket that I let the dough rise in. And once it's risen to the proper size, I put it in the cast iron and bake it, and it turns out perfectly. Or I use it as pizza crust. It's a delicious pizza crust. You bake it at 500 for about 15 minutes, and it's delicious. Stick it in the freezer, and I'm all set for the week.